Welcome to today's show of the industry. My name is James Winborn. Today we have a special show. We are here with the cast of Eyes of Deception. To my left, I have Kyle, the writer, the director
Hey
of
everybody.
this film. What's up with you, boy?
Man.
Then I have Tyrone and Darryl, and virtually I have Davel. What's up, y'all? Appreciate y'all making a guest appearance here today.
Yes,
Thanks,
sir.
bro. Thanks, bro.
Thanks for having us.
So I want to start with you, Kyle. I want to talk about how this script even came to thought. Look, I know it's a lot going on in this movie.
Yeah.
So tell me, what was your kind of your thought process of developing this script?
At first I wanted to do something else, but then I was like, man, I want to go more darker and more violent. And I have fun with being more dark and more violent.
Hmm.
So I was like, man, I'm gonna write something completely different. I want to do a crime drama, but I wanted to do something, like I said, different. So I started doing my homework, and also I took advice from other people. And one person came to me a long, long time ago. It was like the choices that people make, can go with the outcome no matter what it is. So that was how the film came about. Was the choices that people make, family, work, um, whatever it is, just in your basic life, and how if you make the wrong choice,
Hmm.
it can flip and turn to something completely different.
Okay.
Yep.
So in developing this script, how long did it take you to write this from beginning to end?
Yo, I kept writing for like a very long time,
Really?
like, cause at first it was a short, and
Right.
then when one of the producers like,
Wait,
yo,
wait. When you say short, how
yeah,
short?
it was a short film.
Like how many pages?
It was probably like 20.
And what was the final cut as far as page
What
wise?
was the final? I think the guy had left out, and these Mexican guys seen him.
No, I'm talking about the page length. How many pages were at
It's
the
like,
end when you final?
what was like 20? Oh, when I got done
Yeah,
the
when you
whole
got
thing,
done, yeah.
it probably was like 100 and something, bro.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
yeah, it was a lot, bro. I still
Okay.
got in the house though. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was a lot.
yeah. So it was originally it was a short.
Yeah, originally it was a
Mm,
short. Then one of
mm,
the producers was like, "Yo, I love the characters. Can you stretch it out? Stretch it out even more?" And
mhm,
I was like, "Cool, no problem." And that's when I just kept writing it, and I sent it to my bro Clout, and Darryl was like, "Yo, like I love the character, yo." He was like, "Yo, man, let me be one." And I was like, "Listen, this other character I think fits you more. You know, um, I'll write that out even more for you." And then I
mhm,
kept writing. He was feeling it, so
mhm.
we just went from there with it when it came to writing it.
So there's a lot of stopping and starting. So was it like a couple years for you to do this whole
Yeah,
thing?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. My fault. Yep. It took Dad, let me see. It took like no, you know what? I started writing in 2020. I think I really stopped.
That's when COVID was hitting. So you
Yeah,
was kind of in the house
yeah,
doing your
yep,
thing, right?
yep.
Developing this.
Hmm.
I guess COVID gave a lot of film writers and the opportunity, I should say, to kind of develop things that's in their head because everybody was sitting in the house. They had nothing else
Hmm.
to do. I know I started writing too. So I ended up doing a movie about COVID. So I
Hmm.
mean, COVID was kind of like a good thing for filmmakers, right? It pushed us and made us do things a little differently.
Especially when it came to writing, it helped me out a whole lot. It
Yeah.
definitely did. And even after that, writing the film helped me out a whole lot as well too when it came to that.
So when you were writing it, were you also thinking about locations and where you wanted to shoot this?
Yeah,
Obviously, you want to
definitely.
shoot it here in the city, but
Mm,
were you thinking about look, there are certain scenes and where
yeah,
this is going to
like the
happen?
darkest places in the city, like alleyways, um, abandoned spots and stuff like
Hmm.
that. K&A I went to a couple
Oh,
times.
you could shoot a whole
Yeah,
movie.
yeah,
I
yeah, definitely up
you
there.
can get some work down there. But so you did location scouting while you were writing, or when you were done, you started doing
when
location
when
scouting.
I got done, that's when I started.
Okay.
Yeah, doing location. Yep.
Yeah, cool, cool. Yes, there's a lot of interesting selections in the movie.
Yo.
And I try, when I watch movies, especially they're shot in Philadelphia, I try to say, "Where's that at?" without being told where that is.
Mm,
Yeah, so some areas I wasn't familiar because you were in the suburbs too, right? Some things were shot out in the county.
what
Was
was
it?
the part where the death being taken? That was out in the county.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that part. Um, when pandemic happened, the subway scene, me and Davel was like shooting like a COVID video.
Mhm.
So we went down there and we started filming. And that's when I was like, yo, I'm gonna save this location for something.
Something
And then
else.
yeah, yep.
Oh,
And then
okay.
that's when we had shot that me, Tyrone, Fernando. We shot the getaway scene down there.
Mhm.
Cause I was already down there before, but it wasn't that many homeless people down there.
Right.
I went down there the first time. Yeah.
Cool. That's what's up. So after you were done all that, you went into having a casting for this auditions. So you had an audition, right? So what was that process like?
Yep. So the first, so honestly, um, Clout was first.
Hmm.
He was the first person I pitched it to. Then Davel, he came on a little after. Then we had these other casts, and we wasn't feeling them all like that. And that's when Naya was like, she was a cast. She's like, yo, I got somebody for you. No, she was like, yo, let me redo the cast all over again. And I was like, I need Clout and I need Davel to stay. And she was like, sure, no problem. I'll just erase everybody else.
Hmm.
So she basically Thanos snapped everybody else out. And then
Shout out to Nah.
she was like, I'm bring on Tyrone. Then she's like, bring on Fernando. And that's when Tyrone, he was feeling it. And that's when we was looking for the father character.
Hmm.
And honestly, Tyrone and the other cast was like searching. Because I didn't know nobody like
You didn't know
actor-wise.
TC?
No.
Okay.
And
Great choice, by the way.
yeah, that's Tyrone definitely and Naya. There's like they reached out to him and then he came through
Hmm.
and knocked that out the park as well
Okay.
too.
So let's bring on some of the cast members here and kind of get their thoughts on what they just did. So, Tyrone, tell me about your character in this movie and how do you feel about playing that?
So in the movie, I played a character, Joseph Patterson,
Hmm.
and Joseph Patterson, he's a good guy, hardworking man, family man. Got a wife at home, pregnant wife at that, and he just falls on hard times.
Hmm.
So his business starts struggling, and he comes across somebody who's, willing to put him on to something that'll help him get himself out of debt.
Right.
Long story short, goes left, and Joseph don't come home.
Is that a spoiler?
It might be. Cut that part out. But the whole experience for me was definitely a learning experience. Any set that I get on, I try to learn something from it and take
Right.
something from it. Just watching Kyle work and his passion for the film, for the arts in general, was very inspiring. And he definitely put us in the thick of it.
Yeah,
'Cause,
definitely.
yeah, we were we were super uncomfortable.
Hmm.
But one thing that I tell actors, especially new actors coming on board, you got to be comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Yeah,
That's how
I
you
hear
get
that a lot.
That's how you get that raw emotion. That's how you really convey the emotions that you need to convey
Yeah,
with the characters.
I definitely hear that a lot. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So, Darryl, tell me about your character, your role.
I play Wesley.
Hmm.
Wesley is one of the sons of the patriarch,
Hmm.
TC's character.
Yes.
Wesley has a bit of a chip on his shoulder
Hmm.
because him and his dad have a tumultuous relationship. And with that being said, because of that relationship, some antics ensue
Hmm.
that kind of set the tone for the whole movie, and leads to Joseph not coming home. You know
Right.
what I mean? But nonetheless, it was a really good experience overall. It was, like you said, it was a long going thing. We started shooting in the pandemic,
Right.
so it was a lot of
Process,
challenges, and it was definitely a process, but I think it paid off a lot. Like Tyrone said, watching Kyle work, kind of like watching the film evolve as
Mhm.
we're doing it was really exciting as well, and also his commitment to it, because
Right.
there were a lot of curveballs that were thrown, especially with the pandemic and
Hmm.
shooting issues that we had to have because of we had to be in. It was a lot of different stuff going on during the pandemic.
Right.
His commitment to it, and for it to be quality in a final product being what he envisioned, he really stuck to that, and I really respect that, and I think it really paid off in the end.
Cool. Yeah. Appreciate it. Yeah. So, Davel, you still there, brother? All right. Right. So, tell me about your role, man. Your character, man.
Oh, they paid me the bad guy, man. I look at myself as the anti-hero, opportunist, man. I play Detective Halls. Started off, good cop, do my thing, and I think at a turning point in my career, I just seen that crime pays in Lane's time, and I just didn't let the evil take over. That's pretty much what I started working with under uh, Clout and his family
Hmm.
as their head detective that's on the books, shall I say,
Hmm.
and takes it from there.
Okay.
My greed kind of gets the best of me. So
Yes, it do. Like,
I
y'all
don't
all
want
did
to
a
get too
really
much
good job.
away.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
That's good. So let me ask you on Tyrone, when it comes to the film in general, like when it came to like, all right, my first time directing, how did you like view it? Like, it's like what made you want to get on? Did you trust my directing and everything like that? Like, how was it?
So the thing is, I'm gonna try not to be so long winded, but the thing was, it was crazy because the way I got put onto the film, I was actually auditioning for False Pretenses
Yeah.
because False Pretenses was casting. I didn't get that role, but then they was like, "Yo, we got something else for you,"
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, "All right, cool." So then
Mm-hmm.
when I got the script, I was like, "Yo, this script is crazy. Like this is dark, it's gritty, this is right up my alley."
Mm-hmm.
So then when I finally met Kyle, I was like, "All right, cool. First time director, I don't mind that. You know what I mean? Because as long as you know what you want, you're
Mm-hmm.
going to be able to direct us in the way that you see fit."
Mm-hmm.
So I never try to look at first time directors like, "Oh man, they don't know what they're doing."
Right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Whatever. You
yeah.
just want to sit back and give them grace, and,
Mm-hmm.
fill everything out. And that's exactly how I approached Eyes of Deception with you.
Mm-hmm.
So when I really saw how you was like, "Yo, nah, I want this to be this way. No, do this, do that," I was like, "Oh yeah, he locked in."
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he's
Locked
real
in.
detailed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I respected that. So I trusted what he was trying to do with the film and how he was trying to, you know, tell his story.
Right.
So I was like, yeah, this is cool. But man, when we got in that, boy, when we got, I said, oh, he directing.
Right.
I really feel like I'm dying.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
But like I said earlier, you just got to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. And I would not be an artist if I didn't just fall into it. You know what I mean? And just kind of just let it hold me and let my uncomfortableness take me through and get me through these scenes and get me through the movie. Because I'm like, if I don't really feel uncomfortable here for these scenes, especially,
Mm-hmm.
then I didn't do my job as an actor.
Right.
So I was like, let me be cold, let me be tired, let me be in pain, let me be sore,
Mm-hmm.
and just do it. Just do whatever it takes to convey. So it was dope, man. It was dope. Hats off to you.
Man, I appreciate it, bro.
For
I
sure,
definitely
for sure.
appreciate it. What about you, bro? What about you, Clout?
What was the question one more time?
How did like the first time director? Like, how did I do my thing? And
Oh yeah, like I said, to kind of go off what I was saying before, your commitment to it really shown, and also just giving us the freedom to kind of evolve our characters as well. Like he was very welcoming. Like, hey, I'm like, hey, Kyle, I got an idea. I want to say this a little different. I think I can get this off better if I say it this way, and it sound more natural. And he'd give us a shot to do that. A lot of other directors can be more rigid in that regard. And also, this is my first feature ever. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
okay. Wow.
So even like me and Kyle had a relationship prior to this, and one of the things that bonded us initially was our love for film. I'm a movie buff myself,
Mhm.
and I always wanted to
Right.
act. It's a big thing for me.
Mhm.
My background was primarily in making music and clothing design,
Okay.
but the three things I've always wanted to do is make music, design clothes, and make movies.
Right.
So he kind of shot me the script initially just to kind of read, like, yo, what you think? What you think about this?
Right.
I was like, I like it, bro. I was like, yo, can I be in it? you know,
Right.
and he kind of made it sound nice initially. He was like, all right. He was like, who you want to be? And I told him, he was like,
Oh, you picked your character?
yeah, he was like, I thought you was gonna pick like one of the dudes that's getting robbed or something.
Oh,
Like, I
okay.
didn't think you was gonna pick a main bull.
Now,
I said,
real
listen.
quick, is that what you saw him as originally?
what?
Another character.
When he first sent it to me, I think he just wanted me to check it out.
Right. Okay.
And then I was like, listen, I'm not asking you to give it to me. I'll audition. Like,
Okay.
I'll read or whatever.
Right.
And he was like, come to the table reading. He's like, you got to look for this character. You know what I mean? I was like, all right, cool. He's like, come to the table reading. I went to the table reading. They liked me, and that was a blessing. They didn't exile me like they
Right.
did the other guys. I witnessed all that. So what I mean? But it also worked out. Shout out to all of them too. No shout, but it worked out for the best. And the right people were in the right roles when it was all said and done, I believe.
Yeah,
So I'll say that one of the biggest things that I really respect about Kyle was giving us freedom as actors to really evolve our characters, have fun with it,
Right.
and kind of just like learn on the job, but also be creative and be artists ourselves on the job and really like fleshing it out. You know what I mean? And I think overall everybody in my experience, we're committed and really locked in, and we really once we got the right people on set, and we really got to flesh it out to be what it came to be. It's a very ambitious first feature, especially on this level. You know
Right.
what I
Yeah.
mean?
Definitely.
Without a big budget, I
Right.
think he did an amazing job. Like just the creativity, like it's a 3 hour runtime. Like that's ambitious.
Yeah.
I remember the first time like it's gonna be 3. I was like, damn, that's crazy, bro. I'm a Scorsese fan. I like long movies when they're done right. So I was like, hey man, if you believe in it, let's get it.
Let's
Like,
get it right. Let's put this
he
work
did it,
in.
and I found myself in the premiere. I seen a bit of it prior to the premiere, but not the full thing fleshed out. So in the premiere, just sitting there, I never felt like, man, this is drag. I was like, oh no, this is going. It was moving at a really good pace.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, we were definitely locked in. The audience was definitely
Yeah,
locked
yeah,
into the
yeah.
joint.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was a
that's
good
the best
storyline.
way.
Yeah,
That's
that's crazy.
I respect how ambitious he was to even do that. Though.
Right, and I loved your role in the movie too. You know,
brother.
I
I
already gave you
appreciate
your flowers. Don't think I'm looking. Yeah, you did a really good job. And actually, I don't know if you remember, but after the movie, I kind of congratulate you.
I remember. I do remember.
But I did it quickly because I was still. I thought you might have been really in the mobs. I ain't want to go trouble. I was into your character. Like, I was like, no, good job. I just left.
I appreciate
I ain't want
that.
no smoke.
Hey man, I did my job. Then.
Yeah, no, good job though, for real.
brother, I appreciate
And,
that.
and shout out to TC. I know he's not here today, but TC is a tremendous actor anyway.
Yeah,
You know,
he did
I
his
worked with
thing.
TC before, and he really helped. I mean, y'all really look like a family. That's what I look. That's what
Yeah,
that's what I
yeah.
got.
I think it
from
was good
That
casting.
was good.
Yeah, it was really good.
Absolutely. Yo, you know what's crazy? When we did that scene in the apartment, and you remember
What?
when I was like, so what we wearing? And he had you remember the picture you pulled up the first time? And I could not keep it together. So
What was
like,
the first joke?
It was like these real long like rubber boots. So we all in the scene, right? So I'm like, all right, cool, because my character, I need to come up, but I don't really want to do it this way. But he's trying to reassure me, like, yo, this is going to be seamless. You in, you out.
Right.
We already got everything planned out. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, all right, cool. So what are we wearing? He's like, we wearing this. Camera can't see it, obviously, but it's these
Right.
SpongeBob, like, black, real. So he showed me the picture. Mind you, he's still in character. See, he
Right.
turned the phone around. I'm like, we had to do that probably like 5, 6
Really?
days.
Take
Yeah,
that.
yo, over again, yo.
That was hilarious, man. We had a lot of fun shooting
did
that
have a lot of
film,
fun.
man. We had a lot of
Y'all
fun.
did. Like, this is not a comedy though, right?
Not at all.
Y'all there laughing.
It
on
could have
that,
been.
right?
Yo, bro, Davel, you still there?
I'm still here. I'm listening.
Yo, what was your favorite part of the whole out of your character? Like, what you love to do?
Oh man, I don't know. Seeing my inner deviousness coming out, man. Well, I just didn't care anymore. I'm about to get to that bag, man. You know, any means, And I just want to piggyback off of what the two brothers got from speaking as far as you go. Your initial question too.
Mm-hmm.
My character, I think I had half a page, if that. And between the first email I got from Naya, from the first 4 pages you sent me, you first wrote it to the 1,000 page John, you said 100. I don't know about that 100. Let's go. Listen, bro, listen, I ain't gonna lie to you. My one monologue I got with Clout explaining my background was 3/4 of the page. That's just the one scene.
Mm-hmm.
So we really did a lot of character development and seeing my young brother, because we know each other from church. I know his mom, I know his brothers. I watched my brother grow up, and he always had a passion for taking pictures and buying on his camera equipment. I would go to his old apartment. I don't know if Clout had been there before, but I'm gonna put you out there, Kyle. Kyle had nothing but camera equipment and guns. You walk into his crib,
Wow.
y'all laugh. We're talking about tripods and mosh birds. And that was his crib.
He had artillery, huh?
So, am I lying, Kyle? Am I lying?
No, you're not lying. They had in
Okay.
DVDs,
So
yo.
we-
You might have to pull me off the air now. Thanks, Kyle.
Nah, it was legal. It's all 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 legal. But seriously though, I seen the passion. He was like, "Yo, I'm thinking of writing this feature film. It's gonna be a short. You sent me the joint. You take your mom being. I'm like, sure. At that point, whatever you got for him, whatever you want me to play, I got you. And then he just he gave me a character. He's gonna be Detective Halls. I'm like, all right, and just grew him. literally grew him from nothing.
Hmm.
So that was dope.
Now, Davel, you did a great job too. I think when watching the movie, I never had an idea how this was going to end. I think his character kept it like, huddled
It
in
did,
to the
yeah,
very
yeah.
end. We was like,
To
oh,
yeah.
yeah. It just started coming out like, he did this, like so. It was crazy, but yeah, y'all all did a good job, man.
Yeah,
For
they
real.
all
Appreciate
definitely,
you.
man.
For real, yeah. So
Everybody definitely did a great job, and the characters, for one, like directing y'all was just amazing. Like that, I will always like. I was upset when I finally stopped like the final shot
hmm
because like y'all talent, man, is just like if y'all just keep going. I told everybody this, yo, keep going and keep, focusing on your craft. Y'all can be like up there, yo. Like
Appreciate
y'all,
that, brother.
the
Oh,
way
y'all on
y'all
your way.
gifted.
The feeling is
Yeah,
mutual. Yes,
exactly,
sir.
exactly.
Y'all definitely on your
Yeah,
way. Yeah.
exactly, man.
Yeah, you're gonna look back at this in a couple of years and be like,
Yeah, hell yeah,
like you just said, this is my first feature. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I remember when I had one. Now I got
now,
20 under my
yeah,
belt.
exactly,
It's
yo.
gonna
Like,
happen quick.
yup,
As
It's
well.
gonna happen
yup.
quick, man. For
That's
real.
that's a beautiful feeling too, because it's
Yeah.
like the whole process and just seeing you work with a limited crew, you know what I
Yeah.
mean, and just seeing it through and following through.
That
'Cause
independent
a
life.
lot of people would have folded. A lot of
Yeah,
people would have folded. Like making
yeah.
a film is no easy feat, man. So
Not at all.
I commend you for just staying your course and just making sure like you saw it through to the end. And us being, the team that helped you through it, man. It was an honor to help you produce and birth your first baby, man. So
Yeah, man.
it's only going to get better from here, and it's only up from here, bro.
Yeah, I
For
can't
sure.
wait. I
So,
can't
so
wait.
real quickly, you didn't have a large crew at all, as far as
Like I wrote it, directed, and I shot it.
mhm.
Yeah, so
And the audio
directed,
guy.
I had one. Did we? Yeah, Naya with audio sometimes, and then somebody else with like a PA with
I had
audio.
one car. She had a couple
Yeah,
hats on
yeah,
her.
yeah.
Yo, shout out to both of y'all, man. That's great. That's
So
great.
it was basically just just us, and then they're
Mhm.
y'all talent, like y'all
Yeah.
talent, which y'all brought on camera, man. And that's it. I tell people like, long as I know how to like light it. And once I light it and I gave y'all like the ideas of how I want the scene to be shot,
Mhm.
y'all helped out so much. Like y'all really did. Like y'all take it and they wasn't playing around. They wasn't even though we'd joke around a lot.
Right.
But once y'all got the direction,
Mhm.
it was just like, all right, go, and y'all just took it off.
That's great. All right. Well, let's. I know the audience out here
I
wants
still
to
one
see
thing
some
right
of
quick.
this. Huh?
I just want to say one thing.
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
One
Sure.
thing I'm gonna say with Kyle is that working with him and everybody, all those actors, I got to see personally firsthand how much goes into a film behind the scenes.
Mhm.
Like, oh my
Not
God, the
easy.
whole tape, all the different takes. Every time we had to hear Kyle, all right, that was perfect. We're gonna take one more. Like, bruh, it was
Safety.
perfect. We take one
Safety.
more. We take one more. All right, that was perfect. We're gonna take one more. I'm like, oh my God. It's like take 97 by this time. It's nighttime, you know what I mean? It's late. We've been there since 12 in the afternoon. So, yeah. but
Yeah.
it was
It's a
worth it,
climb
man.
for sure.
Yeah, it's not one take. One
Hell
night.
Hey,
no,
It's
Nah,
a
let him
climb.
know.
It's
Let
a
him
climb
know.
for sure.
yeah.
I got takes
never,
under his
never
belt.
one take.
All right, well let's show the audience here the little trailer, so
Mhm.
the people out here that haven't seen any of this can see what this film amazingly looks like. Okay.
Okay,
The kid's a maniac. He's gonna bring the city to its knees. Some men are too power drunk.
You gambled your whole career away the minute you spent my money.
It's not the world that's cruel. It's the people that send it.
Look, man, we in control. Not them, us.
I gotta get the monsters responsible for this off the streets.
West, man, our business is struggling.
right. Wow, that's crazy. That
You like
I
that?
told you, it's the music, man. That's it.
Mhm.
Music can really make wonders to a film, man. It really
Mhm.
can. That was a
Score was
great.
on
That's a
point.
great. That's a great trailer, though.
I feel like playing Grand Theft Auto now.
right, right. I love that, Joe. I love that show. I watched that numerous times since you sent it to me.
Yo,
Yeah.
that's the like you were saying, Grand Theft Auto. Like that's the type of feel I want with my movies, man. Like watching Drive and certain things like that.
Mhm.
80s, like
So, was there a movie that inspired you to write this?
yeah, a lot of
Like,
movies.
okay.
Like but the two movies that really inspired me was Killing Them Softly.
Hmm.
It came out 2012, and Too Old to Die Young. Like watching those two
Hmm.
definitely had me. And a little bit of Saw, like with some of the characters they was being
Right.
tortured and stuff
Right.
like that. But definitely killing them softly and Too Old to Die Young.
Okay.
That's why when people watch her, like they get everything. They're like, yo, this could have been a series.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah, I heard you say that to me too. You
Mhm.
think about turning into, or you was thought about turning into a series.
Yeah.
It could have been definitely, like you said,
Yeah.
it's a 3 hour joint, but it could have been a
Mm.
nice little series too. So Davel, I heard you say you was talking about some of your experiences on set. Have you shot movies before? Was this your first feature?
This is my first feature as well, but I come from a background of doing plays, a lot of school
Oh,
plays, plays at the church, professionally and privately. And that's what Kyle, know me from as far as doing that, as far as my acting is concerned.
okay. So what do you
So,
prefer, the films or for stage?
oh, that's a tricky one because
That's my
it's a
job.
drastic difference. That's a phenomenal question. A lot of people don't know when it comes to acting on stage, you are very overt in your actions. You
Hmm.
have to. You gotta realize the person in the back pew has to see that you are disgusted at something that the person next to you said. Whereas on camera, a very like matter of fact, Clout's really good at this too. His facial expressions when he's showing his disdain for TC, showing favoritism in the
Hmm.
movie,
Yeah.
he'll raise an eyebrow or look disgusted. Whereas on stage, you won't even see that. You have to be overt with it. So it's the opposite. It's the
Okay.
minuscule, minor stuff on camera
Mhm.
that gets seen that means a lot, speaks volumes, versus the opposite when you're on stage. So
Right.
it's just a difference.
Okay.
I love
I
them both, to be honest.
yeah. To piggyback off of that, because I got an extensive background on stage too. It's like body versus face.
Hmm.
Mm.
So
Mm.
on
Correct.
on on camera is face, on stage is body.
Mm.
Okay.
So it's like how do we turn those facial expressions into body movements? So
Hmm.
like Vel was saying, that person in the back can understand what type of emotion that he's trying to put across.
Right.
So yeah,
So what do you prefer?
I I like the challenges of stage.
I hate the stage because it's live.
Yeah, so I like, and that's one of the challenges I like.
Right, right.
I like the challenges of stage
Yeah.
because
Yeah, I'm
once
with you.
you
I'm with
once
you.
you really get a handle on what you're supposed to do on stage, once you get in front of a camera, it just makes it that much easier.
Mm.
Got
But
it.
the
Yeah.
challenge that I usually see people face with transitioning from stage to camera is they're still trying to bring all these big body movements to the camera,
Too
and it's like
extra.
now it looks like you're
Yeah.
overacting.
Cool. Well, I'd like to thank all of y'all for appearing today on my show. I really appreciate y'all. Shout out to y'all for y'all performances. Kyle for your direction, your
Thanks,
writing.
man. Thanks.
Um, for now, I mean, everyone, go support someone in the industry. Go watch a movie today. But thank y'all for tuning in today, and have a good day.